The first fun thing was modeling the Irish Village series off of a town that I had been to called Kilmallock in County Limerick. And it's one of the remaining walled towns left in Ireland. And it's just, I really kind of fell in love with it. I was actually there just this September, and unfortunately, since COVID, a lot of businesses have closed. But when I was first there in 2014, it was so lively and fun place, and I loved the collegiate church and the town castle and the ruined abbey. And so when I was asked to do the series, what was fun for me is incorporating that town but fictionalizing it, because I didn't want everybody in that lovely town thinking I was killing them all off. But it was fun to use people that I met there and use the setting of Kilmallock to create Kilbane. And then in every book, I learn a little something. I mean, there might be falconry in the book, and so I had to learn a little bit about falconry, and that's been a lot of fun too. So writers are just kind of grateful that, starting with Murder, She Wrote, that the audience or the readers will suspend their disbelief for all these murders, right, happening over and over again in this small town. So that is one of the things where writers just have to rely on creative license and knowing that the audience is going to go along with it because they want to take that journey. With the Irish Village series, it was actually my editor's idea. He wanted murder in this, murder in that. And at the beginning, just as a creative writer, I thought, oh, I don't know if I like that. But thankfully, I listened to him, and he was so right, because it's a great branding, right? You immediately know those are the Irish Village books if it's murder in something. This is my darkest one yet, and it's very layered. It was challenging for me to write, but also I feel like I stretched my growth as a writer. There's a lot going on. There's current events, which kicks it off, yes, with a strange email sent to two different women, two different pregnant women in Dingle. One of them is deaf, and she is about to give her baby up for adoption. And then as it progresses, there's a body found in the bog, and that was another pregnant woman, and the baby was also deceased in the bog. And then a young boy is kidnapped. So we have all that going on in the opening. And when Detective Sergeant Barbara comes in, Barbara Neely, she is worried because she remembers a case from 30 years back that there was a cult, and this cult leader was kind of luring pregnant women into this cult and, kind of selling it as a utopia. But they all suspected that the true line underneath was that he was going to, actually sell the babies. So it is pretty dark, but again, I try to handle it with hope. It really revolves around these, the pregnant woman and the young boy kidnapped together, and how are they going to deal with it? And how is this related to the case from 30 years ago? Because even though these two leaders were recently released from prison, there's kind of some evidence saying they didn't have anything to do with this. So the mystery is trying to bring the past and the present together and figure out what happened. With Dimna, it's actually the little boy, she's taking care of her father, and the little boy who gets kidnapped and goes missing is not her son. She has an older son, but he's along at the farm because his grandmother owns that farm. And she's dealing with her father who has Alzheimer's, and he was the vet, he was the town veterinarian. And so he shows up at the job kind of forgetting that he is no longer a practicing veterinarian. So she's juggling with him, and she's, kind of charmed by this young boy who's inserting himself into the scene. Yeah, I am writing 2 series a year. So the Irish Village Mysteries is continuing, and Murder in an Irish Garden, the 11th, will come out in February. And then all the county carries will come out at the end of October. So You Have Gone Too Far is about to come out. And then the one I'm writing now will come out next October. So I'm going to continue doing the light and dark. I don't know what the end is. There's no end date yet.